Hey, everybody, man. Y'all know what it is. From our mouths, it's live to your ears and your eyes now. It's another episode of Guessing from the Stands, man. It's your boy, Coach Nard, in the building. Hold on. Let me try to. There we go.
It's your boy Big Dell.
Shoot, man. It's your boy Earl 91.
Mr. 91, Mr. Death.
Este Dominican de Dada Cushing, mi gente, que lo que estamos aquí, estamos activos. Hay muchísimas cosas que tenemos que hablar esta noche y los fucking Yankees are back. Estamos aquí, coño, base de asqueroso.
First of all, I know we're gonna get to baseball. I'll save it for baseball because I did see. It was a couple of days ago. You posted a funny ass. You reposted a funny ass thing on Instagram, and it was something about. I was like, damn. So they're that deep into the season already? 10 games or more?
We are 10. We are the first team with 10 wins.
Well, we're gonna get straight. You're gonna have your time to gloat about the Yankees in a little bit, bro. First things first, though. How was you guys' weekend, bro?
I was with wifey this weekend. So
word. I saw that y'all went golfing, didn't you?
Hell yeah, I got a hole in one. Y'all know the boy.
All right. Well, you better hope that hole in one doesn't come back to bite you and start watching.
Chill.
Big deal. How was your weekend, dog?
They speaking from experience, so you might want to listen to them.
I know.
I had 3 hole in ones. Really 2 that ended up 3 somehow.
Exactly.
You got a 2 shots for 1.
You feel me? Big Dale, how was your weekend, Brody?
It was lovely, man.
Good.
I love watching sports. Beautiful time.
Fast shit, man. Who you telling? Because we're not in purgatory yet, but we almost there once the finals over. Well, we got baseball.
Hell is coming.
You sleep, bro. Hey, hockey playoffs are lit too.
That is real. That is real.
And it's an Olympic year too. So
and it's an Olympic year.
No, we're not going into purgatory. It's lit this summer. Yeah, how was your weekend, Brody?
My weekend was full of sports and entertainment. I was sports entertained all weekend from Friday until last night.
Okay.
Speaking
of which, there was a weekend event that went on this past weekend, and when something's that powerful to go on for a weekend, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know it's something different, man. WrestleMania was this weekend up in Philadelphia. For those of us who are on social media quite frequently, I'm pretty sure y'all heard the Meek Mill. Get up. Yo, no Diddy.
Oh man.
Did you get to watch the full show?
Let me be very clear. I have watched everything from Monday Night Raw last week, the Go Home show in Brooklyn, to NXT on Tuesday, to Friday Night SmackDown, to the Hall of Fame, to NXT Stand and Deliver, to WrestleMania Night 1, to WrestleMania Night 2, to Raw after Mania last night. I am sports entertained. We were in the midst of WrestleMania season, brother. Now, look, I know everybody's not a wrestling fan, but I will say more people are turning the leaf, and it's good to see it because I've been a fan since I was a kid. And
hey, you know, so funny. I don't mean to cut you off. It's funny you mentioned that because I'm one of those people you talk about. I don't watch wrestling too much. I'm so old, right? When it comes to wrestling, the last time that I truly watched wrestling, Eric Bischoff was running Raw.
Damn.
And fucking SmackDown was on Thursdays, and Stephanie McMahon was running that joint.
That was 22 years ago. You got a lot to catch up on. You got a lot to catch up on.
Man was running that?
Oh,
yes. She was the first GM. She was the first general manager of Raw.
I at least ran with.
You didn't know?
What's Eddie Guerrero?
That's how you know I'm an OG in the game.
You mean Vicky?
Yeah, she was.
You know what I'm saying? I've been grandfathered in. If I never watched it again, I've been grandfathered in.
Oh no, we as a collective. Yeah, like we grandfathered in.
No, I'm saying the last time I saw it, it was Eddie Guerrero's wife, I think, Valley Guerrero.
Yeah, right? Vicky Guerrero. Fuck
Vicky
that
Guerrero.
bitch.
Vicky.
She's a piece of shit. No.
Man,
In
for real?
real life, she's a piece of shit. Fuck Vic
Oh,
Guerrero.
And
wow.
then after this is after Teddy. What was the brother?
Teddy
Oh, the one
Long.
with the middle player.
Teddy Long.
Teddy Long. Yeah, yeah.
Now get his name right, Dale, before you gonna have to go 1-on-1 with the
With the
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Oh no. I'm good.
But speaking of that,
Hold on,
put a pin
player.
in the Undertaker, and
Hold
we gonna put a pin in the Undertaker. If y'all are just indulging me for about 5 minutes, we'll be on up out of here. First of all, I want to shout out the good brothers in the union, our union brothers over at Mid Cards and Catering. They hosted a live watch along for WrestleMania throughout the whole weekend. Got to give a shout out to AJ and Bundy for that, and Gabby as well, to be gracious enough to host 3 nights, running that kind of bandwidth of 4 or 5 hour shows. That was some pretty amazing stuff. But yeah, man, I mean, shoot, just starting off Friday night, obviously is the go home show to Mania, led up everything, and that pretty much was just all promos, couple of matches, but everybody just kind of talking about what was going to happen. Then the Hall of Fame came in, and it started out with Paul Heyman being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Now, for those of y'all that know Paul Heyman, of course, he was Nard. You would know him as the manager of Brock Lesnar, but long before that, he founded a company called ECW.
Yep.
The ECW, of course, was the extreme.
Hey, hold on, real quick. I hate to cut you off. But I even think Paul Heyman was Undertaker's dad.
That's Paul Bearer.
Bro.
Paul Bearer. Oh, that's who that is?
Yeah, that's Paul Bearer.
Oh, okay,
yeah, that's Paul Bearer.
Okay.
That's Paul Bearer. Okay.
But it's close though.
You would not have the Undertaker in the business without Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, I mean, to say that he's been everybody's guy would be an understatement. I mean, he's done everything in the business from man. The dude was 15 years old, sneaking into Mania, lying about his age to take pictures because he was just that kind of hustler, to being an asset to founding his own company. When ECW went defunct,
he was 15?
Yes, he was 15. So he's not that old. He just lost his hair. He's not that old. But
Shout out to
how
the
old
ball
is
guys.
Paul Heyman? What,
55.
55?
So yeah, he's not that old. But to make it sound so crazy, it seemed like he was just that old. The dude founded ECW, and ECW went defunct in 01, and he was just 36 at that time. So, I mean, when you look at having that kind of impact that young, it really is a testament. Because we used to creative, man. That's sick, man. Having been 50 plus 60 years old at our time growing up. Either way, when Paul Heyman was inducted, it just was a testament to what wrestling was, what we grew up on. I mean, RVD was there, Bubba Ray Dudley was there, just so many people. So Paul Heyman delivers one of the best speeches, and they kicked Vince McMahon's back in to the nth degree. And I got to tell you, it felt good to see. They kicked his back in like none other.
They went from the
oh my goodness.
To the knee,
yeah. Oh
to the
yeah.
back of the knee,
And there's a new
hip.
meme that goes around because Triple H is now head of the company essentially. And somebody said, damn, he stole his daughter and his company. He really is Bruce Wayne. I almost cried, dog. But it was good to see that. So that happened. Then Muhammad Ali gets involved. Now, The Rock, of course, Nard came back, and that was what kind of piqued your interest. Like, oh shit. Now remember, you made a statement, like, dog, nothing is bigger than The Rock coming back. And I said, I feel you. You can make debates. Now a lot of
Look at your picture.
Exactly. Oh, we're gonna get to that. a lot of guys, a lot of people have been upset with The Rock coming back. I've always been for it because I think he's blockbuster. You know what I mean? There's nothing, very few bigger than The Rock. So, push came to shove. The Rock inducted.
I mean, if you gotta think about it.
Yeah, no, facts. He's the biggest movie star in the world. But why people didn't like him because he was.
I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Kim.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Few, like the few big names that I think our generation associates wrestling with is The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Kane, hell, even the Hardy Boys. To be honest with you, Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and look, don't get me wrong. I understand the sentiment of why are they inserting him in the storyline, this, that, and the third. but I don't care. And I didn't care. But it's fine. Whatever. I still was entertained to the nth degree because at the end of the day, dog, it is entertainment. So I
World
didn't care
wrestling
about that.
entertainment.
But, still, I am through and through a passionate wrestling fan. And yeah, I wanted to see Cody finish his story. And we'll get to that in a second. But either way, Rock came back, he was a part of putting Muhammad Ali in the WWE Hall of Fame. And then Muhammad Ali's wife presented him with the People's Championship belt, and people were pissed. I've loved every bit of this Rock run because of the fact that he's been the most smug, arrogant person, and that's when Rock is prime. I don't want no, oh, I'm happy. Hey guys, everybody loves me. No. I want you talking shit, and it has been nothing but shit talking since he's been back. So get the NXT Stand and Deliver. That was an amazing show. Highlighted by Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes. Two brothers putting it on for the main event. That was cool. Got to throw your fist up for that. And then we get to night one. Night one of Mania was an amazing night. Highlights, Gunther lost the Intercontinental title. He was reigning champ for 666 days. He lost the title to Sami Zayn. And then we got to the main event, which was Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus The Rock and Roman Reigns. Now, Nar, I'm a Roman Reigns guy. He is the GOAT to me. It's not even close. Roman is the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. So him and Rock tag teamed, and it was the most carny bullshit you ever seen in your life, and I loved every minute of it. It was bullshit. Rock was cussing. He was out of shape like a motherfucker. He did 3 moves and almost lost his goddamn abdomen. But the shit was fucking hilarious. But it was funny. It was funny, man. But it was good. It was a great tag match, which set up. The stipulation was if The Rock and Roman Reigns want to set up bloodline rules, which was anything goes. So Cody Rhodes, of course, faced Roman last year, and at Mania lost. And Roman going into this has had the championship since October of 2020. He hasn't been pinned since 2019. So yeah, it's been a long fucking time. So, the whole thing was Cody coming and finishing the story, winning that title. And the next night, obviously we had other things. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi won their tag match the first night. It was an amazing, amazing visual. Shout out to Black Woman. And then the next night we get to the championship run. Now, the match is going great, and then we get our first interference. Solo Sikoa tries, of course, to interfere with that. And here comes Jey Uso. Jey Uso, of course, one of the we used to be a member of the Bloodline. And then Jimmy Uso comes out. So they're fighting. And then Jimmy came out first, attacked Cody, and then Jay came out, they fought. And then Solo came out. And Solo came out, attacked him, attacked Cody Rhodes. And now setting up for that. And then next thing you know, of all motherfuckers, John Cena comes down. At this point, it is Avengers Endgame shit. Fuck it. Everybody's here. Cena runs down because Cena had past smoke with Solo. They getting into it. And then after that, The Rock came down. Rock came down. He had a face-off with Cena. I believe he rock bottom Cena. And then of all people, The Undertaker shows up. It's the most carny bullshit you have seen in your fucking life, but it was great. Choke slam The Rock, as everybody saw, and then Cody Rhodes hit his finisher on Roman and won the WWE Championship. And it was the greatest WrestleMania of all time. I'm mad that I didn't go, but I will say, I'll be there next year. Hopefully, it's in Vegas, because if it's in Minneapolis, like the rumor is, fuck that. Ain't happening.
You gonna have to catch it the year after that.
Yeah. Wherever, yeah. No, I only go to warm weather cities or like cities that's really like that. I would have stood the cold for Philadelphia because it's Philadelphia.
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
man.
Earl, let me ask you, what now that we see wrestling catching its traction again.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think Triple H is gonna how far do you think Triple H is gonna take it now?
Oh, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the second. It'll. It's already there, but it's going to get higher. We're talking about, bro. All right, just to give you an idea of the. So they sold out 72,000 in 2 nights.
Damn.
They blew the doorway. I can tell you right now. WrestleMania door. Hold on. They blew the doorway by about $30 million, I believe it was.
Damn.
From last year. At this point, they're playing in the big leagues of, those are Super Bowl numbers for a ticket we talking. So how big can it go? They just did a $5 billion deal with Netflix for 10 years. Just for Raw. SmackDown's going to USA. So that's probably going to secure Peacock. Bro, to be honest with you, at this point, there's probably not going to be outside of ESPN, I don't think you're going to get a bigger sports digital platform than the WWE, bro, honestly. And they're in merger with TKO, so that's UFC. They're in merger with UFC to form the TKO group. So they kind of, at this point are washing each other's hands.
Yeah, no, it looks like Vince is out the picture for good, and Triple H.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's nasty man and stuff. And the other thing is, what makes WWE a really good thing is it's an alternative for athletes who still have a lot in the tank, but may not be able to go professional in other avenues.
Yeah,
it's a great alternative.
No, and I feel like
Roman Reigns was
stride.
The only thing that kept Roman Reigns out of the NFL was the fact that he had leukemia.
That's crazy.
He literally he was on the Minnesota Vikings, but when you go at that point, you got to take blood tests and all that other kind of stuff.
The WWE.
Yeah, because they had Brock. Remember Brock was on there. Yeah, there's a few guys that have played in the NFL, but like today, look, man, it's
Goldberg,
other avenues.
I think played for the Cardinals.
Goldberg was on the Cardinals and Falcons.
JBL was
the Falcons,
I think he played college.
Yeah, The Undertaker played at Texas Tech. I think he played basketball at Texas Tech.
I think
Kevin Nash played at Tennessee or some shit. It's just wild shit. JBL played. It's a lot of guys, man.
No. I remember, you remember the episode of SmackDown with JBL was a champion, and that man was chasing Mexicans.
You know what? I don't like to think about that because it was a dark time. But yes, I absolutely remember that.
If you remember JBL, he started out being with APA with Mongo.
He was at the Agla with Ron Simmons. Yep. Yeah. The first black heavyweight champion.
Just a wild times. Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, man, all in all, how big can WWE get, bro? We're just scratching the surface, dog. You look at where they were just 5 years ago.
Bro.
It's crazy.
I haven't seen this much people in tune with wrestling, let alone on social media, since the mid to late 2000s.
I don't think it's ever been this big. Dog, you're talking about taking up prime airtime on Sports Center and shit like that now. It's different. It's much different. You're talking about a whole different entity. See, before it was just looked at it as it's fake. It's towing the lines of okay. Now I don't agree with shit like allowing betting on WWE. I think that's odd if it is something that's scripted. That's odd, but
everything else,
but you
I don't
still don't know who's gonna win.
You don't, but I don't know if betting. If they're allowing sports betting,
TV though, right?
No, I understand that, but I don't know if them allowing sports betting tells me they may be taking the reins off of being so scripted and kind of just making it competition as long as within the safety guidelines. Which there's been talks of that before, but I don't know.
On major television events and stuff like that, there's been like on season finales and stuff, there's been betting lines and stuff on that before.
That's insane. That's ridiculous. But yeah, man. It was a great time, great weekend. It's a Super Bowl of wrestling, and hell, man, it's at this point it's just becoming more popular than ever. So, it's really, really great to see.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
But that was a great start to the weekend. I don't know how much stuff really went on over the
Oh, a
weekend
lot went on.
as far as how.
A lot went on.
Well, no, I was just talking about strictly as far as NFL news. Anybody hear about anybody possibly
To
wanting to
be
move out in the draft or anything?
to be honest, it's been pretty quiet. But I will add this: ABCT ESPN might be the next trustworthy news sports when it comes to NFL
Why is
news.
that?
That's funny. Let me,
No, go ahead, Earl. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask a question after this.
No, I'm just saying because he's on the if you see him on Twitter when he's tweeting about it, like some of these moves, this man's tweeted about it like weeks in advance, and everyone's like taking it as a joke, like thinking he's crazy. And then lo and behold, the news comes out, and then he's showing the timestamp of when he tweeted this, and it's just like, all right, man. So it's either to me, it's showing that the players in the NFL still respect AB and they trust him more. But the NFL, given his antics from towards the end of everything, is like, yeah, no, we're not
Oh yeah,
fucking
he'll
with you.
never get a
Like
media
shit.
pass. I don't give a
No,
shit how much stuff he breaks.
no,
He can break all the news in the world. He'll never get a media pass. But
no.
no, I
What
do.
we
I
get?
fuck with it too, though. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Facts. What were you
You have
gonna
an
ask her?
alternative outlet that you would never believe to be reliable, but when you really think about it, that's probably the most reliable source.
No, absolute facts.
So that's some funny shit.
let
Christian,
me let me.
are you going to say something?
Hold up.
Yeah, I
No, no.
wanted to
I was,
ask
I was
y'all.
gonna I was gonna ask something.
I wanted to ask y'all a question on something. Okay, as we're leading into the draft, um, what do you all think about teams making moves uh, prior to the draft that could have years long implications? Does that change the whole trajectory of how you draft at this point, or should you still stick with the plan at hand, even if you were to pull off a trade? Like prime example,
I
the
was gonna say,
Texans
yeah.
weren't gonna.
Give
Yeah,
me
let
an
me give you an example. So the Texans, right? Who knows what they were drafting for, but they could have added to their wide receiver room. Clearly, they needed to add to it if they went and attained somebody like a Stephon Diggs, as great as they had last year. Does that alter your plans at all? And do you still go out with your original plan, but the fact that you're able to uh pull off a trade like that, are you looking for second fiddle now?
I'll put it to you like this: like if the plan was okay, we're about to trade up and go get Marvin Harrison, okay, that plan changes. But if the plan was to still draft a receiver, and although yeah, you got Stephon Diggs, you have to think about it from this perspective. Tank Dell turned up as a rookie, so you know what you got in him. You also allowed Stephon Diggs to come in on a 1 year contract. So to say now, okay, we won't go up and trade up to try to get a Marvin Harrison, but if Malik Neighbors or if a Romo Dunes, whoever, if somebody happens to fall, a couple draft spots and they're still, one of those top guys on the board, then of course we do that. Unless you have another blaring need that is available and there's a high caliber player that's still available.
I mean, go ahead. My bad, Nor.
No, go ahead, Christian.
I was gonna say, let's not also forget they had Nico Collins too. So
True.
to your point, like you said, how much of a need do they need in that wide receiver room?
Versus something else that there's a high caliber guy, and I think that's what depends on. It's not. Oh, we're definitely not going to go get another receiver. No, because what if Stephon Diggs leaves after a year, and you could have had a Malik Neighbors or a Rome? You know what I'm saying? He's now just going into his second year on a rookie deal. So it can't be just throw the plan away, and that goes for any position on any team. It has to be okay. I needed this. That's when I say any position. The only position that's truly a caveat is quarterback because you don't switch those out unless somebody gets hurt. When it comes to defensive linemen, no matter how good they fucking are, they still get rotated at some point during the game. Linebackers, for the most part, they play off. There's still some plays where they, you know what I'm saying, they put certain guys in for different packages, shit like that. Most positions are deeper than just, you know what I'm saying, one or two. Where quarterback, one guy's playing. So if you know what I'm saying, like how the Texans are with CJ Stroud, let's just say hypothetically they didn't have a CJ Stroud. Let's just say CJ Stroud, for some reason, you know what I'm saying, got traded to them this year. He wasn't originally on their team, but they still had a high draft pick. He has this year like he has. You know what he has. He's in his second year. You've seen the type of guy he is. No, you don't go and draft a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't do that. Only teams that are drafting quarterbacks with starters is like if you have like a Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what I'm saying? You might draft a quarterback.
I mean, but also to add to that, and I say this lightly, a competent front office, because we know a lot of teams don't have competent front offices. I feel like given also if they don't if how the moves alter their current draft plans, maybe they're also thinking 2-3 years ahead and scouting the other position players and also thinking contracts and all that. You feel me?
Oh,
So
exactly. When you're drafting, if you're drafting a rookie, expecting him to put you in the Super Bowl his rookie year, you're an idiot. So you have to be drafted for the next 2-3 years, 4 years.
no, but I'm saying like they're scouting a sophomore out of Ohio State or Michigan that was making noise, and they're thinking, all right, well, we may not hit, we not if this person doesn't fall to our lap at this pick, that's fine. We got these people. We can see how the draft pans out for next season or what moves we can make to get picks and all that. You feel me?
That's a little more dangerous because a lot of shit happens. That kid can end up trash. He can end up getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I think you always try to go with whatever your draft board was with your needs, and if your needs have been filled, you go with the best available player. That's how I would try.
But that's why I said competent front offices because in my opinion, I feel like there's out of how many teams is it? 30 or 32?
Right.
32.
32 out of the 32 teams, I can probably honestly say half of those have competent front offices.
Yeah, a lot of teams don't draft well. We even look at a competent team like the Patriots; they don't draft well. They're fucking like,
They have
draft or even develop their players well.
You know what's funny? Their last first Pro Bowler that they picked was Rob Gronkowski.
Wow.
God damn. Ridiculous.
Now let's look at that.
Hopefully, Rob turns that shit around.
Yeah, but it was like 13, 14 years ago. So,
but as a black man working for the whitest franchise in football in the whitest city in America, has to be wild
and racist.
True.
I mean,
but look, one thing I could say is
do y'all want to run
that organization has never really screamed out anything.
That'd be cool. My bad, girl, but yeah.
No, that organization has never really screamed out white supremacy, and I don't want to put that on their jacket.
What?
No. Real talk. Real talk. No. Hear me out before. Hear me out. Just hear me out for a second. Hear me out.
They forced the white slot receiver.
Hold
on. The fan base. All right, don't worry about it.
Hold on.
All right, look. The fan base, I'm with you. The narrative around them, cool. But I'm talking about the players. I've never gotten that feeling. If you look at who's really been on that team, I've never gotten that feeling. I mean, dog, they've had some of the.
Well, no, but did you ever get the feeling the players on the Redskins didn't like Indians?
No, but I'm saying, I don't know, but I
feel that way.
No.
They, to me, they represent the white man.
Yeah, but I don't think that's there. I don't think that's there until like I'm saying it to say I don't think that Jerome Mayo's going there playing behind the 8 ball. I think he's getting a clean slate to make some shit happen. I don't think it's really you better not mess this up, Blackie. I don't think it's none of that. I think it's
Blackie is wild.
You might want to cut on WEEI the first Monday.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's nothing like that. I think he gonna be straight. I think I
think so too. I honestly don't. I don't get those racist vibes.
And look, Urban Meyer had an NFL job, so the shit can't be that damn hard.
And honestly, bro, it's like,
yo, what up, Marcel?
Think about it. When you see the Celtics in the NBA, you think ultimately racism and the Utah Jazz, of course. but
True.
I don't really get that feeling with the Patriots. They just happen to draft. Well, before they just happen to draft and have a lot of great white skilled players.
Yeah, but I mean, you also got to look at the draft positions they were in too. So look who
True.
was taken by the time they were drafted. Now you can make trades, but why would
That's
you trade the bread and
but
butter?
come on now. Come on now. We're gonna do that because
Well,
the
yeah,
reason I say that is the Steelers haven't always been number 32, but y'all have always been in the playoffs or deep in the playoffs, and y'all still have drafted very well. So I don't want to say the
But
fact
yeah,
late
but
that's
it,
why.
but
has
we,
an
but
excuse for them. Like, come on, bro.
okay,
that's
but
why.
I could see.
That's why.
Y'all drafted two Hall of Famers in your lifetime with Pouncey and Watt.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
and
More
mean,
than that.
I mean Vince Wilfork play. I mean they've had. Look, I'm talking
I
specifically.
was
Antonio
gonna.
Brown.
I'm talking
Yeah,
specific. Yeah,
but
but
this is
Antonio
but
Brown
this
wasn't no first round pick.
Ben
Yeah,
Roethlisberger.
exactly. 6th round.
Yeah,
but
But I'm
that's
talking
what
about period. It's just
but that
drafting period.
but what
You
I'm
guys
saying but
had late round picks. So if you're drafting late in the first, you're drafting late in the sixth, bro. It's
no,
the
no, no.
same
We
thing.
drafted Ben Roethlisberger like top 4. We had a shitty year that year. I think we
No,
were
I'm
like
just
3.
No,
saying,
but you
if
talk
you're
about
drafting
Antonio
late in the
Brown.
first, you're drafting late in the sixth.
but what
No, I
but that
understand.
go
Yeah,
that
yeah,
but
yeah.
that goes back to
It's just
my that goes back to my original statement is having
Mm-hmm.
competent front offices. It's not just the GM, but it's also your GM, it's also your coaches, it's also the assistant coaches, the position coaches. Like everyone gotta be on board, bro.
Yo, can you put up that last comment? Please put up that last comment. This man AJ is fried, bro. Oh my goodness, dog.
Dog,
I don't want
AJ,
to. Yo,
no, AJ tweaking.
bruh, he is wild. Look, man. Let's.
But no, yeah, no, but back to what Nar was saying. But that goes back to like I said, my original statement is you got to have a competent front office to perform these to hit on these draft picks that the team picks. You feel me? Like we've seen teams draft low, but again, their front office is trash as shit, and they never improved that on their end.
Yeah, I agree. I think the main thing is with the Patriots. I just don't want to put that on their jacket and I damn sure ain't defending their ass with no bullshit. I'm just saying that for me, I don't think that they're the model of white supremacy and they like are trying to make Jerome Mayo fail and no dumb shit like that. I think
No.
I don't think they would have hired him if that were the case.
Oh, for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? For as much as there is to risk for the Patriots to be good, I just can't say that. But you know, it is what it is. You know, but yeah, man. I mean, draft is in what 3 weeks? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, draft is in 3 weeks. So yeah, we got a little bit of time.
I believe it's what, April 24th, right? Something around
Mm-hmm.
that.
And it's in what city? This is Detroit this year.
I think so. Hold on, I
Ew.
got you right
Yeah,
now.
I'm almost certain it's in Detroit.
2024
All the way in
NFL draft
Detroit?
I'm
location.
almost certain it's in Detroit.
I got y'all right now. It is in Detroit. Yeah, April 25th to the 27th.
Okay, yeah, 22, 20. Okay, cool.
25th.
Yeah. Word. That's
okay,
funny
I
as
got
shit.
some technical difficulties.
Nah, you good, but yeah, yeah, man, AJ is wild. Yo.
Yo.
Hold on.
Dog.
Wait a minute.
Mars.
Bruh.
Oh,
Mook.
This man Marcel, bruh.
But yeah, man, continuing on, bro. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, but ultimately, Nar, if you are the Commanders,
Mm-hmm.
who do you want as quarterback? Michael Penix, or do you want to go with Drake May?
Oh, that's not a fucking question. Michael Pittman. Listen, I thought as far as throwing motion, delivery, ball in the air, touch, I didn't see a better pure passer last year than Michael Penix. Fuck Caleb Williams, Jalen Daniels. He did more with his legs. He also has an incredible arm. But Michael Penix, just from the eye, has the I don't know how to describe that shit is the fact that people are even not having him up there in that discussion to me is incredible. We're talking about a guy who went up, you know what I'm saying? And of course, even me, I don't even say a victim. I'm a perpetrator of saying that, you know, certain conferences don't hold up to other conferences defensively. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he's going to light up the Pac-12. But when it came down to the CFP, he did the same thing to fucking Texas. You know what I'm saying? They didn't win a national championship, but he was still effective. You know what I'm saying? So to me, if I'm a GM, I'm seriously considering him number one. Why are we? Why? To me, Caleb Williams gives me the same vibes that Sam Darnold gave niggas when he was at USC. He had that freshman year. He was incredible, and he rode that shit all the way to getting drafted. And I feel the same way about Caleb Williams. What he did at Oklahoma looked a lot more impressive than what he did at USC, and he's riding that shit all the way to the draft. That's just my
I don't think the Cowboys should have made that move. They should have stepped with Justin Fields, traded out of the first pick.
Yep.
Washington.
And we're about to be the benefactors of Justin Fields. Don't you worry, brother. Don't you worry.
I agree when I agree. He did tear his ACL early on. I think he tore it twice when he was in Indiana. But he's been healthy since he's in Washington. So all you can, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has been hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let me stop you there.
ACL's like broken ankles. It's not.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
let me stop you there, though, Nard. Not to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
I would be 1,000,000% with you if he were not going to FedEx Field. You are asking for that ACL to be put in the freezer.
No,
that field is dog shit.
They're under new ownership and they got money. I feel like if they were to draft,
what that mean?
Knowing he had,
I said, what that mean? Because
that field is dog shit.
Ownership will not change the field to grass. They like to play.
You don't think? No, it's not. It is grass. Washington plays on grass.
They play on grass. I thought
you're saying the field is some shit. But you don't think that they would be willing to invest in a field if they felt like they had a guy that's going to take this team to the Super Bowl?
I think you should invest in a field because it's the competent thing to do as a football club or a football team. So
well,
I've been watching soccer.
Now we're going into a different stratosphere of things that make sense, and we're talking about the league. So let's dial it back.
Yeah, you're right because you know a Soldier Field is a dog shit field too. So.
But see, the crazy thing is all of these stadiums need just a few upgrades here and there. They can still be state of the art. You know what I'm saying? But I think Soldier Field's going to get a big ass upgrade.
Soldier Field finna get torn down. They're building a new stadium.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
because
the city of Chicago said they're not upgrading Soldier Field at all.
Yeah, because they're about to build a new stadium.
No, the Bears are trying to get a new stadium built. But
I just blow it up. Play at a different site for a year, or 2 years, like we saw the Rams do, and then rebuild Soldier Field on top of that shit. And use the same field.
Yeah. Okay. But
that's what I would do.
The city hasn't approved anything, so.
Yeah.
And the Bears just bought some new
good, bro.
New place to build a stadium. Anyway, but the mock drafts, according to like Pro Football Focus,
yes, sir.
Number 1 is Caleb Williams, obviously, to Chicago. Number 2 is Drake May to Washington. Number 3 is Jaden Daniels to the Patriots.
I like that for Jaden Daniels. Hold up, let's stay there. Let's stay there real quick. A guy like a Gerard Mayo, having been a player, regardless of whether he played, linebacker or not. Linebackers are some of the smartest people on the field.
They are. They're the defensive quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. And so when you draft a quarterback like that has the abilities of a Jaden Daniels, I think they realize the mistakes they made with Mac Jones, regardless of Mac Jones making Pro Bowls and stuff.
Before you get too deep in it, bro, I want to ask you a question personally.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is he throwing it to?
Well, I'll take care of that.
Nobody.
Well, I think he got Juju.
Juju is there, yes.
Why did you say? Why
didn't we already have a look at him as a number 1 receiver?
We're not gonna have a discussion about Juju being somebody when he's the number 1. If he was the number 3, I'd give it to you.
I mean, I'm not saying he's the number 1, but he's got Juju to throw to.
The last time Juju he played for y'all.
What are you talking
Yes.
about? He was
No.
balling with the
Well, he
Chiefs.
was good on the. Well, okay,
No, he
but
wasn't.
that's wait a minute.
Define
That's
balling.
hold on.
He was
That's a
on the
testament,
Chiefs
though.
team.
That's a testament to kind of what Nard is saying, because he plays great as a 2, as a 1B. He's fine because all the pressure ain't on him. But when he has to be the guy, we've seen he ain't that guy.
I didn't say he
So
was the guy, but that's one person who he's
Yeah,
known Jaden Daniels. Who Daniels throwing to.
he has
might
a
as well
third and
throw
4
it
to
to
go
himself.
to. Now, who was he going to on 3rd and 12 late in the third?
yeah.
Nobody.
But look, I mean, it's a process. I think both not that we can keep going. But you know, Jaden Daniels with the Patriots is a really good organization to go to. But yeah, let's keep going. So who's number 4?
Number 4 is Marvin Harrison Jr.
To
First non-quarterback
Arizona?
takeoff to Arizona.
Smart.
It's a need
Smart.
for them, but
Yes.
I hate it for him. I really don't like Kyler Murray too much. I feel like the ball. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I wish he would have went to a better team. I know what's going to happen. I know it's what the Cardinal needs. I know what the Cardinals need. I know that Kyler Murray can throw the ball, but to me, I want Marvin Harrison with a veteran quarterback who's established in the league, who's ready to, who needs a guy who can help him take to the next step. To me, Kyler Murray has a lot of maturing to do. He hasn't developed who he's truly going to be as a player. I would have Marvin Harrison rather be with a guy who just needed that young guy to help him get over the hump. And when I say young, that's relative, you know what I'm saying? Because it could have been, hypothetical. I'm not saying they had that draft pick, but even let's say it was a Josh Allen type of guy, just somebody who is already established, rooted in the league with a positive outlook, not a questionable.
Yeah, but no, for his talent, he's never going to a good team.
Right, yeah, that was never happening.
He's not going to a good team.
And you were talking about a guy who, if Caleb Williams wasn't there, potentially, I still think they should have, Justin Fields is gone, so whatever, but they should have traded that pick or have picked him at number 1. He should have been a number 1 pick in the draft. No question.
Who?
Marvin Harrison Jr. If the Bears were smart, they should have took him.
They played it right. They played it right. Yeah, they played it right.
Because guess what? They still got the 9th. They still got the 9th pick.
If I would have got either Chicago or the Patriots to bite, then I wouldn't have picked them number 1 because there would have been no need to. Because I could have just traded that number 1 pick, got me either 2 or 3, and then picked up some other shit. So to me,
right. But if you can't get nobody else to bite, I'm just talking about the current draft order. You pick because you still picking at number 9.
If I'm Chicago and I can't get it, I'm not drafting a receiver. No, I would never do that. Like you would have to be like, bro. No, I'm not drafting.
Okay.
Number 1 overall, unless, like, because here's the thing though, if you don't, the only way I'm doing that is if nobody else needs a quarterback and there's no quarterbacks in the draft. Because when someone needs a quarterback and you don't, they are almost willing to do anything to get one. So it makes there's no fathom in my mind to where if Chicago would have kept Justin Fields, they drafted Marvin Harrison number 1 overall.
Of course if you're keeping him immediately. If you're keeping him, you're playing with the pick at that point. They're only taking this pick.
Only if the teams immediately, now if any team behind you has a potential like franchise quarterback that's going to take, you do not do that because they're going to take Marvin Harrison.
Let's say the Cardinals were 2. You have to pick him at 1.
You have to.
Yes, but no. What I'm saying is this. I understand that. What I'm saying is
they have no reason to move up.
They have no reason to move at all. And at that point, that gives the Bears no reason to move back for real because you're not getting shit. But it's kind of what we saw with Houston last year. It's exactly what we saw with Houston last year. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, in theory, I get what you're saying, but I think that Marvin Harrison has the talent that if he were drafted at number 1, nobody's going to bat an eye. Nobody's gonna give because
absolutely not.
The
But
dude been a pro since his freshman year.
You can't do that unless you
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
Finish up with the first round.
Yeah, let's finish up the first round.
What were we on 4? Okay,
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, well, let's stop stopping him.
5 is JJ McCarthy to.
All right, I got to stop you again. God damn it.
Yeah, we got to stop here. I'm sorry.
No,
we ain't never gonna get through this, but fuck
no. Hey, listen.
Hell
don't watch Undisputed. I do not watch it, but I caught a clip on social media, and if I ever agreed with anything, I agree with that. Now, this was for the number 3 pick, but just seeing him at 5 to me is virtually the same thing. Keyshawn said, if you're going to pick him at 3, and there's no trade involved, you're saying you would have picked him at 2 if you would have had the number 2 pick. And if you could be 2, you could possibly be 1. So 3 and 1 aren't that far of a difference. So if you're telling me there's no way, what did you see from JJ McCarthy that told you he's a number 3 overall pick? Like, you cannot miss on this guy. No.
He can do this. Good. I mean, is that a top 3 pick for a guy who can do?
Bro, it's either a handoff, he pulls it. I mean, he has a little bit of an arm, but no, bro. There's no
number 5, dog.
You draft JJ McCarthy within the top 5.
Hell no.
Like you said, I gotta be desperate. I'm talking about.
And who has the 5th pick?
I damn near gotta be the Raiders.
Minnesota.
I damn near.
Hell no. Hey, all you're asking is for Justin Jefferson to be on the first door out. That's all you're asking.
Okay, and remember, Justin Jefferson's contract is coming up, so
fast. All right, then keep going, bro. That's helping.
Okay, number 6 is Malik Neighbors to the Giants. They probably should be drafting a quarterback, but there probably won't be a good enough quarterback there for them anyway. So I'm not mad at Malik Neighbors is number 6. Joe Walt, number 7 to as the 7th pick to Tennessee. Number 8 pick is Dallas Turner from Alabama to Atlanta. Okay, and number 9 is Rome Odunze to the Bears. Going along with Caleb Williams.
So they still get. Oh my gosh!
They were always going to go for a receiver there. But
I know. I'm just saying. But to add to DJ Moore,
I like DJ Moore. I like Equinemius St. Brown. I like all the receivers.
I think they need to go offensive line at that pick, personally, because they got enough talent.
I would agree with you, but I don't think there's an offensive lineman good enough to be number 9.
That's fair. Yeah, because it is the 9th pick. You're right.
He has size. He has speed. He has everything.
Only Alt is good enough to be in the top 10 as an offensive lineman. Brock Bowers from Georgia to New York to the Jets for number 10. I apologize in advance for messing this man's name up, but I already see I'm gonna mess it up. The number 11th pick to the Chargers will be the offensive tackle Talisi Fugawa. I think he from Oregon State, the big.
The center.
Yeah.
No, he was a right.
No,
right tackle.
Oh.
Yeah. Bo Nix to the for the number 12 pick for the Broncos, which I think that's a bad decision because that's reaching for a quarterback when you really don't need to. And then number 13, they have Michael Penix Jr. to the Raiders.
I love that for you.
Washington State.
I fucking love it for y'all.
I love it too, but I don't see why the Broncos would pick Nix over Penix.
Because
Nix was in college when I was in high school, so
but I think they pick him there.
Yes,
I think they pick him there because to them he's the safer pick. Penix is more talented, but the downside is his health. And that's a factor.
True.
And I love Penix, but I think for him, it works out because you're going from having to play outside in Denver cold to a dome. That works out very well for him with his health.
True. You still have to play. You have to play one game
I mean, the nigga was
in
playing
Kansas
outside
City,
the
one
Seattle.
game,
Yeah,
and
and
Denver.
yeah, but that's 2 out of 17.
True.
I'll take my chances.
Very
No,
true.
I'm saying he was playing outside Seattle and Washington.
True.
You know, Seattle's and Washington on the fucking water. They got outdoor stadium. But I do understand that. I'd rather be in a dome either way. So keep going down.
Okay, number 14, Olu Fasuhanu, the offensive tackle for Penn State. He'll be going to New Orleans for number 14 pick. Number 15 pick will be Cooper Jean, the first DB taken. The white dude from Iowa.
I thought you were going to say the first white DB taken. I was about to say, goddamn, damn.
No, he is a white DB.
No, I thought you were about to explicitly say the first white DB taken in 40 years.
I mean, I could Google when the last time.
What was the last one? Probably Jason Seymour.
Well, shoot. Well, let's think about it. We just had the racial draft a few weeks ago,
yeah,
and they had to put Christian McCaffrey at DB
Like
because they ain't had nobody.
Like, who was the last true cornerback?
No, Jason Seymour would be number 1. He's a big corner too. But
no, I'm saying, was he the last one that was drafted?
Yeah.
Damn.
Because wasn't Eric Weddle, but Eric Weddle was a safety,
Eric
right?
was a safety.
Yeah, that's the last DB.
There's been a couple white safeties though.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
That's because they ass ain't got no hips. They can't move them hips.
Who?
Harrison Smith. Young used to play with the Ravens and the Jets. Leonard. His last name was Leonard. Eric Weddle. Shit, there's been a couple white safeties.
But anyway, Cooper Jean with number 15 pick, going to Indianapolis, which I think will be good for them. They could always use some help defensively. For the number 16 pick, offensive lineman Troy Fatunu, Washington.
The bloodline, baby. The bloodline. The bloodline.
Seattle, so that is the bloodline. Hold on for a second. The number 17 pick would be Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback for Toledo, going to the Jags. The number 18 pick would be Johnny Newton. It says DI for Illinois. I don't know what DI is. Is that defensive interior or?
Oh, that's a position?
Yeah, DI. I'm a little confused by that one. Probably defensive lineman. They probably just put the wrong whatchamacallit for that. So
interior, probably some new millennial shit.
Yeah, and Illinois was pretty good this year for the Big Ten. He'd be going to Cincinnati. The number 19th pick is Jared Verse, edge for Florida State, the real fast white dude, I think.
He's black.
Oh no! Oh,
Jared Verse black.
What's the white guy?
I think the white dude. His name was fucking. I forgot what his name was. But Jared Verse is black. He was number 5.
Jared Verse will be making Nard happy going to the Rams with the number 9.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, hell yeah!
And I
first round picking a brick.
I was just about to say, Nard, you actually have to wake up. You guys actually drafted in the first round.
Yeah, Nard ain't watched the first night of the draft in about 6 years.
Nard said, "I catch that mug on Friday. I'll holler at y'all." The number 20 pick is J.C. Latham, offensive tackle for Alabama, going to Pittsburgh. Make Christian and Earl happy. Number 21, the 21st pick will be Byron Murphy II. It says DI again. Texas. I'm assuming that means
that's he plays D tackle. So that's got to be interior
Okay,
defensive lineman.
that's a weird ass thing.
That's a weird ass way to put
Yeah,
it.
exactly. But anyway, he's from Texas and he'll be going to Miami according to this mock draft. Um, Number 22 will be Terran Arnold, the cornerback from Alabama, and he'll be going to Philly. First time Philly's not picking a guy from Georgia in 15 years. You know, I don't know. Howie Roseman must have retired picking from them. But anyways, the number 23 pick, Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver from LSU. He'll be going to the Chargers according to his mock draft. Number 24 will be a guy named Amirius Mims, the offensive tackle from Georgia. He'll be going to the Cowboys. And the number 25 pick will be Jackson Powers Johnson, the center from Oregon. He'll be going to Green Bay.
Damn, he fell that low.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sites.
It don't look like a lot of people are drafting interior linemen, interior offensive line, because I haven't seen a guard yet. I've seen nothing but tackles. So, and Green Bay probably needs a center. So, number 26.
Am I coming in hot? Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Had to make sure.
The number 26 pick, Latu Edge from UCLA.
Yep.
He'll be going to Tampa Bay. The number 27 pick be Nate Wiggins, cornerback from Clemson. He'll be going to the Cardinals. That is via a trade from Houston. The number 28th pick, I'll go with it. Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver from Texas, going to Buffalo. Number 29 pick is Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback from Alabama, and he'll be going to Detroit. They could use him because he's really good. He's a really good cornerback. The number 30 pick, interior defensive lineman from Duke, Graham Barton. He'll be going to Baltimore. The number 31st pick, Tyler Guyton.
Bro, did you say number 31st pick?
Or did I? I've been keep saying that. I don't know why. But anyway, the 31st pick is Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle from Oklahoma. He should be going to San Francisco. And with the 32nd pick, Lad McConkey, wide receiver from Georgia, should be going to Kansas City. And
all right. Appreciate that. Big deal.
No problem.
Yeah, as of course, as we get close to the draft.
Pro football focus.
If there's one thing, I would say I think Penix goes earlier than 13, but we'll see.
I hope he doesn't.
I don't know. Yeah, I know you hope he doesn't, but we'll see. Yeah, let's get to the NBA real quick. Got a bit of that going on.
Before we get to that, Christian.
What's happening?
Run down some MLB real quick. You know what I'm saying? I know the Yankees are balling the fuck out, but I want you to get some shit off real quick.
I want you to call everybody. Tell them the Yankees are fucking back.
Oh my bro, 10 games in and they're back.
No, we are 12 games in and we are 10-2. Fuck is you talking about? Yes, we are back.
Yes, we're back.
We are back.
So y'all are back, girl.
No.
You kidding me? I've been humble these last 6 years.
The vibes on this team this season are immaculate.
So Christian, you have World Series in your eyes right now.
That's funny.
Absolutely. Listen, a Dodgers and Yankees World Series would feed families.
Yo, this man said 12 games in 182 games. Is it 182 games?
162.
162. 162 games. He's 12 games in, and he said he's absolutely World Series. You haven't even played 10% of your games.
took it. I'm gonna pull a
All right,
page
so
out of
real quick,
Tell him,
give
Christian.
me
Fuck
the
him.
comments. And,
hey, hold on. I'm gonna pull a page out of my dog Jeff's book, The Eye Test. It don't lie.
so what on the eye test give you the confidence the Yankees right now, 2 weeks in, are the best team in baseball?
Because they are playing as a collective group. The pitching staff is healthy, given that we don't have our ace right now. They are playing immaculate. They are like
Without doing
they,
this
the
without your best starting pitcher?
yeah. So wait till we get him back and we add him to that rotation. Like, they seem to. We have a new hitting coach, so it doesn't seem as dysfunctional as it has been the last couple years, I would say. So, for the Yankees, it's this the feeling around the Yankees team is totally different. They're free. They seem more free flowing. They seem more relaxed and everything. So it's gonna be. I'm confident with them, but it's gonna be an exciting season with them. Also, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. They're fucking shit up. Um, Padres and Cubs. They're making noise.
Are there any
Um.
surprises out there?
Oh
Somebody
yeah, the Pirates.
gonna be good.
The
The
Pirates and the Rockies.
The Pirates
Yes.
and the Rockies.
Yep.
And the Tigers. They
Yeah, and the Tigers. Gotta show some love to the Tigers too, man. Yeah, them boys too.
even though right now the pandemic going on with MLB is a lot of these pitchers are getting hurt. A lot of them are getting Tommy John, and the league and MLBPA is trying to figure out what's causing this. There's been going back and forth talking about the pitch clock, the increase in the pitch clock, but they can't they can't correlate the pitch clock to going they can't correlate the pitch clock in agreeing basically
and the injuries.
in the injuries together.
Is
But
this current comment accurate, fellas?
what's up?
Is this comment accurate?
Yes.
What? Look out for the Royals.
Look out for the Royals.
No, yeah, they just signed
Oh,
Bobby
that's
Wood.
Marcel can't see nothing out of. Missouri.
That's why I was asking. That's why I was
No, bro. The Royals just walked it off on the Astros. The
Okay.
Royals are a young team, but they look good. They just extended Bobby Wood Jr. To an extension this offseason before the season started. So,
Ooh, Nelson says they say pitch clock, but I think it goes back to development is counting.
it does. I wholeheartedly agree with Nelson. I don't think it's.
probably the
I
same
don't,
problem that it is in basketball.
bro. This is the thing that I was reading a piece from. I was reading a piece from Garrett Cole that they interviewed him while he was working out, and he was saying, you got dudes that are practicing pitches in the off season, and they start using it 3 months in from learning it, and it's like, bro, your arm's not destined for that. It's not ready for that yet. You feel me? So, and Nelson hit it right on the spot, bro. These dudes aren't getting looked at 16 unless they throw 90, which is
Didn't the pitching clock come in last year, or is it this
last
year?
year. Last year, but apparently they cut like 2 seconds off. But no, supposedly haven't been. I don't really keep up with the pitch clock.
Okay.
But I mean, bro, the insane, obsession with
Yo, this nigga Nelson's fucking.
bro, dog, he's
insane.
he is
Pulled pork is insane, though.
he not lying, bro. These kids, bro, y'all got to understand.
Yo,
These
that was the
kids,
funniest shit I read all day, bro. Oh
dog.
yo.
No, but he's not lying, bro. These kids are in high school.
Because I'm imagining pulled pork or somebody's elbow tendon looking like that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, bro. But it's true because you got these kids, 15, 16, 17 years old. They're throwing mid to upper 90s, dog. And a kid don't stop growing until he's 21, so he's not even fully developed. And the obsession with teams and scouts of you got to throw 90. Nah, bro, we got those strikes. Like the velocity is gonna come later. Less gonna come as you get older, bro. You can't the obsession, like I said, with these kids want the obsession with the teams and the scouts wanting them to throw hard. Like it's not healthy at all. and it's a huge pandemic right now because you got a lot of the stars pitchers going on the injured list with Tommy John.
That's crazy.
You're not lying, Nelson. But like Earl said, let's kick it off with the NBA playoff race.
We're
All right,
eventually
let me get a
gonna have
rundown.
an
Let me get a
about that.
current rundown of the standings.
I got you right now. Hold on. ESPN. Hold on, pull it up real quick. All right, so as of right now for the East, at 10 we have the Hawks. At 9 we have the Bulls. At 8 we have the Heat. At 7 we have the 76ers. At 6 we have the Indiana Pacers. At 5 we got the Cavs. 4 we got Dell's Orlando Magic. 3 we got the Knicks. 2 we got the Bucks, and 1 we have the Celtics. Earl,
I'm here. What's up?
the floor is yours to open it up.
I'm sorry, I missed it. On what? My fault. I'm sorry. I legit
No,
missed it.
no, the standings. You need me to read it out again?
Yeah, no.
I got.
You go ahead with the West too.
I thought okay. So for the West, let me pull this up real quick. All right. So the West from 10 up. 10 we got Golden State. 9 we got the Lakers. 8 we have Sacramento. 7 we got the Pelicans. 6 we got the Suns. 5 we got Dallas Mavericks. 4 we got the Clippers. 3 we got OKC. 2 we got the Nuggets, and 1 we have the Minnesota Timberwolves. God damn, Shai had 40 tonight.
He did. He trying to come for that late MVP.
And man had 50.
Fuck. And had 50 today.
Nar said, "Fuck fuck what he had going on." Ant-Man had 50. Oh.
Well, damn. All right then.
This is the first year I have no idea who's gonna win MVP.
I still got Shai.
LeBron.
Yeah. Keep smoking that pack, bro.
Ant-Man. If they get the number 1 seed, give me Ant-Man.
I'm feeling like whoever wins the number 1
who's
seed
fucking with me?
Should
say it one more time.
Get it.
Ant-Man. Oh hell no! Who said Joker? Oh hell no!
Ant-Man what? As what?
He said we're talking MVP. I said if
Anthony Edwards is not winning MVP, it's coming down to Shai, Luka, or Joker. It's
I
Joker, Shai, Luka.
Give me Ant-Man.
You know what? No. If they win the number 1 seed without Rudy Gobert, Ant-Man has a good chance to win the MVP.
He's not. He has a good chance, but he's not getting it.
What's his stats right now?
What? Give me. Yeah, he's not. No. I respect it, but no.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
I'm tired of these boring ass.
He probably will be first team All NBA though.
Hold on, so he averaging 25.9, 5.5.
You can stop there at 25. We ain't even got to go for it. Once you get to 25, brother, that's over.
Here's why.
Only time 25 is gonna win you MVP
shut all
today.
that Europe shit down.
Only time 25 gonna win you MVP today is if you do a triple double along with it.
Hey, listen. But here's the thing.
Listen.
European players are good. They're extremely skilled. But if too many of these motherfuckers end up this good in the league's gonna be boring as motherfuckers. People aren't gonna watch this much. I'm just saying. I'm keeping it all the way. Like when I think about it, if Joker and Luka continue being the best players in the league, that's a very boring fucking game.
I mean,
and you continue to add those guys, and even players like Wemby, who just are exciting to look at initially because he's so tall and shit, but his game's boring as a motherfucker. Like it's gonna be a hard task for me.
Well, Nard,
Wemby out of that because Wemby will do something every game that you be like,
yeah, but I mean, I understand that, but at the end of the day, what drew people into the game was fucking Michael Jordan and the shit that he was doing mid-air and the way his jump shots look and the way I just feel like too many fucking Europeans are gonna make this game boring as a motherfucker.
And that's why you got dudes like Ja and
but they have to elevate, they gotta do more. Like You have to still be at the end of the day. If you're not still on the TV come April, May, and June, you're not really carrying the league.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that, Winston. I feel that.
I agree that
not lying.
I feel like Steph Curry kind of fucked that up though, because they're all trained more so to be shooters now than truly into their game. The game was a lot different when everybody had different styles of play. You know what I'm saying? And it was about style more effective than the other person. Could somebody like, you know what I'm saying, AI get up with a team that's going up against a Kobe and a Shaq who play very much differently? You know what I'm saying? It's like today, you're right. It's like the positionless basketball has kind of made it weird in a way that even centers play like they're fucking threes.
But do you blame that on coaching, on scouts, on organizations?
No. It's just evolution of the game, bro.
It's
simple and plain. It's just evolution of the game.
Like we're not
as you have more people who can be a jack of all trades, you're gonna have more jack of all trades.
3
That's the
times
way that
more
the
than
game's
2,
played.
brother. And that's just the name of the game.
Because these kids are developing all their skills. It's not enough to be just tall. It's not enough to be just 6 feet tall in the in the 6th grade anymore.
Ain't no more plumbers.
You got to get down there. There are no guard and no big skills. You have to get down here. You got to learn all of these skills.
But y'all don't find all this shooting fucking boring? Like the NBA to me is much more boring than it was even when the Heat were going on their run. Yeah, there was a lot of shit, but it was still much. It was different. Like teams were different when you had niggas. You know what I'm saying? Back when Sean
I'm sick of people standing behind the 3-point line.
You had guys like Amari who couldn't shoot, but these were highly effective players and what the fuck they did, and it made the game exciting. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you. I'm tired of seeing basketball games where everybody's just standing behind the 3-point line when you only need a deuce. You just need to get a 2 so you guys can stop the bleeding, get points back on the board, and stem the tide. But no, we just gonna keep shooting threes. We're just gonna keep shooting threes. We're just gonna keep shooting threes. We're just gonna keep shooting threes.
That means he's just off. Just pass it to the next person so he can shoot a three.
Exactly.
Like, God damn, bro.
Especially when you're in transition and you got the easy deuce, just get the straight to pimping and going on about your business.
No,
especially when you're up.
Say what you got to say, Nelson.
But
they had to make it even for those guys. I'm just saying.
So what's y'all takes on the playoffs coming up? What is who do you think is gonna be the dark horse?
So right, who's the play looking like?
It don't matter about dark
really
horse. We're gonna win it all.
What happened? You said Denver gonna win it all?
No, I said is the playoff lock. Like I'm the play-in lock. Like who's really fighting to still get in the play-in?
The play-in for let me see.
Is the 10 seed? Are the 10 seeds locked up with the
Warriors? No seeds are. Those last seeds aren't locked up by position.
The only
but pretty much everybody
by position. I'm just saying by teams is it locked up though? Like is any 11 seed or lower still fighting to get in?
No, they basically from the East from the.
Basically, I'm asking, are the Lakers locked into the fucking play-in, bro? Are we?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Are locked into the play-in.
No, they're not.
No. I'm sorry. They're locked into a playoff positioning, but not the play-in. Sorry.
They're not locked into.
Okay, so Nelson said the teams are locked. So the teams are locked in. The seeding is not, which is great. Correct. I don't give a fuck. The Lakers are going to be
because you guys could still get the Kings. You guys could theoretically still move up to a 7 seed.
In order to win a championship, you have to beat everyone that's in the playoffs. So I don't give a fuck who we match up with. We just got to get in that motherfucker.
I agree. But you can change the seeding from 1 game to 2 games. That's the only thing. And the more rest you guys get, the better. So
true.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Still either 3 now. So who would y'all have first?
Nelson, the Knicks gonna be out by second round.
What are y'all right now? Where are the Knicks right now, Christian?
They're third seed.
They're third seed.
For me personally, Nelson, I'd like the Orlando Magic
the Pacers
to get the 2nd seed.
I like that matchup.
But that don't look like that's gonna happen.
But y'all lose a little bit of size with athletic size with whatchamacallit with Randall out for the rest of the year.
Listen, if the Knicks make it to the finals, New York City is gonna burn down to the ground. We cannot have.
Oh, bro, the Knicks. If the Knicks make it to the finals, I'm not watching sports media for. No. That would be damn near worse than y'all winning the World Series again.
No, it's not. No.
It's a whole nother level.
No. But the
Yankees,
yeah,
the championship.
The Knicks,
the world
bro,
can't handle the Knicks.
They haven't made. I don't think they made it to the finals since the Melendez brothers were free.
Yo, could you imagine Spike Lee if the Knicks made it?
They made it to the finals since 1999. They haven't made it to the finals in 25 years.
Damn.
When was the last time they won one?
1973.
Back during the Coke
over 50
era.
Years ago.
Cleveland broke their streak before
Coke.
73. Coke was hitting, boy.
Hey, I'm sorry, Nelson, but as much as y'all niggas love the Knicks, you would have thought y'all niggas would have won a few championships.
No, listen, no bullshit. All jokes aside, the Knicks' demise for the playoffs is going to be Thibs. No bullshit, bro.
Somebody needs to go down.
No, it's not, bro. It's not even that. It's Thibs has been playing his stars since
82 minutes a game,
bro. You either up by 20 or you're down by 20. Why are you playing him in the fourth quarter, bro?
Exactly.
That.
Y'all ever see the movie Ford versus Ferrari?
Yes, great movie, by the way.
You remember the part where the brakes were glowing because the engine was so hot? That's what's happening to their joints right now during the game.
Dog.
Okay. So
let me ask y'all this. Let's look at the play-in as currently constructed.
All right. So you want to go east or west first?
What you want to start with?
And that's
I'm having technical difficulties. I'm gonna have to.
Got you.
I have to reconnect. Hold on.
All right. Well, in the meantime, Christian, while we're waiting for him,
trying to do some fly,
let's ask in the comments. Y'all want to go east or first west? We're gonna predict the play-in scenario right now. As currently constructed, obviously it's fluid until the season is at end, but just as it is right now on this good Tuesday. Nelson, we're going east or west first?
Let's go with the east since he's talking about his Knicks.
Fuck it. All right, let's go east.
All right, so the East play-in as currently stands. We got the Sixers, the Heat, the Bulls, and the Hawks.
I think we have a incoming call.
Oh shit.
But I'm having technical difficulties connecting it.
It's taking too long for you to do this if this is some fly shit. I'm just trying to tell you.
Listen.
I ain't on no fly shit. My camera cracked. I ain't on no fly shit tonight.
Hey, so who Christian do we have against 6 through 10?
So the playing right now, we got the Sixers at the 7th seed, Heat at the 8th seed, Bulls at the 9th seed, and Hawks at 10.
Okay, so that means Philly would play the Hawks, right?
Yeah, and then the Heat will play the Bulls.
But Philly is 1 game back with 3 games to go.
And the Heat
1 game from being the 6th seed.
And the Heat
y'all talking some bullshit. Damn. I said analysis. Y'all talking some bullshit, man.
Yo, what's up? Hey, look,
I'm trying to. Nah, man, I try to be reasonable with analysis. I gotta come. Y'all want to come with jokes, but I'm trying to come with facts. But go ahead, go ahead, man. We good. Nah, man. Listen, go ahead. I don't want to show.
Hold on, Nelson.
I'll dead natters after that. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
you don't think the way Coach Tibbs coaches a game and manages his players' minutes throughout the season, you don't think that has something to do with the lack of playoff success because of too many minutes logged on to those knees and ankles and all these other type of joints, and it ends up in injury, which ends up holding you guys back from being what you should be?
Okay, so let me do something real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Let me
Even though I gotta admit, I have a very big anti-New York bias, and I don't want you guys to ever
Earl, can you please share my
disrespect.
screen real quick? I just want to show a tab really quick. So we're gonna look at minutes per game here. Can you guys see this with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let's do Control F real quick to highlight, if I could do that, and we'll do NYK. All right. Who is top 10 in minutes here? Let's look.
You just want the league in general.
13. The whole league, yeah. The whole league. Number 13.
And
Julius
we only
Randle got
got
hurt,
2.
so we'll take that away. You got Bam there. Okay, it's not bad. All right, cool. I just want to make sure of that. So I'm gonna just. All right. So here's the thing with Tibbs. So I'll get into that since you asked me the question. I don't want to just walk over your question. I do not like Tom Thibodeau. I have said that before. I have said fire Tibbs at least 5 times since he's been here for his 4th season.
Damn, it's been 4 years already?
Yeah, next year's his last year. Because it's a 5-year deal. So I have grievances against Tom Thibodeau. He annoys me. He pisses me off. And it was rotational things. It was minutes issues. And granted, he does that. He has a tendency to do that sometimes. But this year, he actually has been pretty good with it. I'm not going to lie. With Deuce and Josh Hart, with those guys, those are guys you play 40-plus minutes. Those motherfuckers want to play. So for them, it's like, Brunson, he's actually played smarter. He tries to play, and this is just from me watching. I'm taking the fact that I'm a fan of this team aside, I'm taking all that away. I'm talking about somebody who's watched 90% of the season. He actually tries to put Brunson in when in certain points. Now, granted, we only had 7 or 8 available players. You got to play guys. If you think I'm going to have Jalen Brunson sit down and my next point guard is fucking Charlie Brown Jr., I'm not. No. Jalen Brunson, drink the Gatorade. It's Deuce McBride, but it was a joke. But Deuce McBride has actually played really well. He's had to start since OG Anunoby's out. So we've just had bad injuries, and everybody thinks because we had 7 or 8 players for 2 months that he's running guys to the ground when it's like, well, you only have 7 or 8 available players. You can't really do much with that. So much as the grievances I have with Tibbs, it's more. But it's more
reputation too.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of debunk that. The Derrick Rose injury was a freak injury. I will say that.
Sure.
That was a freak injury. A lot of people blame the Luol Deng thing on Tibbs, but that was because the Chicago Bulls medical staff was fucking Dr. Love and Dr. Miami. And they told this man to get a spinal tap when he just had a little back. I think he had a back injury, and they didn't need a spinal tap. It was like, bro, just go get an MRI and that's it. But they told him it's kind of like the Tyrod Taylor thing with the shot when he had the shot to the ribs. It's kind of like that.
No, it was that shit was to the lungs. I would never.
I mean, to the lungs. To the lungs. It's my bad. To the lungs. But I'm just saying, it was a really bad misdiagnosis that Luol Deng kept playing through, and Tibbs was just getting told what he got told by the medical staff, and they're like, all right. And then they kind of put the onus on him. Now, does Tibbs ride some certain players until it's too much? Yes, but he's understood who he could do that with and who he can't do that with. And with Brunson and Randall, Randall's was just a bad injury.
No, yeah, that one was a bad injury.
Yeah, I mean, that damn Mexico ended the season. But what's up? I don't want to hijack your show. I want y'all to go through.
No, you good. What's the ceiling for the Knicks?
The ceiling this year is ECF. I think it still is. Now the ceiling got raised a little bit. The ceiling went down a little bit because of Randall being hurt. Because I really think this is the first true year where it's been cemented that Brunson is the first option. Randall would have been the second option, and the pecking order goes down the way it is. OG is your primary defender. Then you have Mitch if he could get his win back because he's been playing. He's finally come back, but he's been a little sluggish. I guess he's trying to just get used to playing again. And then you have Deuce McBride, who's been a very good defender and has really held us over since OG Anunoby's been hurt, even though he's undersized. And now Deuce McBride is not playing like a deer in the headlights when he has the ball in his hands. Now he understands he's the backup point guard and pretty much no worse than the second best defender on this team. So they still can make the Eastern Conference Finals, I think, but it's going to be tougher because if they're the 3 seed, You play Indiana the first round, and granted, as good as Indiana has, you know what? I'm gonna take the hate away because I think the Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson thing got weird for a while, and now people are finally starting to understand who's better. But no discussion. With the Pacers, they play fast, but in the playoffs, the game slows down, and all them fake no look.
Halliburton is still playing is because of his leg, but he can't miss any more time.
But you see, that's also dumb because it happened a bunch of times where the Pacers were up, and then Rick Carlisle did not know what a minutes restriction was, and then by the fourth quarter was like, oh shit, he's played his 25 minutes, I can't play him anymore, and they lost games because of that. When he could have just, granted, he might be more valuable to them because maybe if he sat those full X amount of weeks he had to sit, they might be fighting for a playing spot, but he's playing injured. And Rick Carlisle knows that, but Rick Carlisle didn't even play to the minutes restrictions the right way. But the thing with the Pacers, they play fast and they don't play defense. And when it comes to the playoffs, we've seen teams that play fast. You got to play defense, and the game slows down. So that's why with the Knicks, I'm not really worried. I don't want to say I'm not worried, but I have confidence in them because the Knicks are like bottom 5 in pace, have been bottom 5 in pace all year. And then with these last 2 months of Randall and OG Anunoby out till he recently came back, like teams are throwing playoff defenses at Brunson. They're doing blitzes. They're doing blitzes on pick and rolls. They're trying to trap him. You got guys trying to pick him up 94 feet. And they're starting to figure that stuff out. Like once we get to the playoffs, like if I see Miami trying to blitz and pick and roll him, that don't surprise me. I saw them do that in February. I saw, certain teams try to throw any type of defense to make him not be the first option and give it to other guys. So, and the same thing happened. That same thing happened last year. Everybody said, "Oh man, Cleveland's gonna beat them," and in 5. And I'm like, we haven't even played yet. And then look what happened. So there's a lot of different factors, but I think the ceiling is the Eastern Conference Finals. Still, it's just gonna be tougher now that Randall isn't there, which sucks. But they've played barely like 550 balls since Randall's been out. So, they've shown more. They have shown in the last 2 months that they can still win games without him. As much as it sucks and it's been tougher, but they've stayed at the 4th seed since they got it in January. Pretty much, they've been between 3 and 5 until this last week.
I'm wondering why it took Randall so long to make the decision to get the surgery.
Because he legit was trying to fight back and play.
He was trying to come back.
I understand that, but was there no progress being made?
Well, anytime you can avoid going under the knife, bro, you're gonna try every option possible.
I get that part. I understand.
I'll expound on it.
It's not easy.
He tried to come back to be back in time for the playoffs because the prognosis I think was like 4 to 6 weeks, but he was doing no contact. Then he started doing contact drills, but then the situation was like. He was like, I'm gonna play through the pain, but then they told him like your shoulder is still not that stable, that like you might fuck it up. So he asked, because that's the thing with shoulder injuries. Once you injure it once, that's it. That shit is unstable till you get surgery. So they told him, they were like, yeah, like we don't know. I guess the doctors had told him like, yeah, if you want to play through the pain, okay, but your shoulder's still not stable enough that you could play one round and then that's it. What if you get hurt? Yeah. So he tried to fight back, but it was really because he saw like 2 specialists. I was reading, I think somebody in The Athletic wrote it, and they were saying that he had they told him this shoulder stability was an issue, and that's why he ended up taking the surgery, because then it's a 5-month reevaluation. So then that'll put him he would get reevaluated like right before training camp starts. So,
but
yeah,
what teams in the East scare you?
Me? Like you're asking me, like in general?
Yeah, for the Knicks. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Milwaukee and Boston, and I think we could beat Milwaukee.
You could.
I think a lot of teams could beat Milwaukee because Doc Rivers being the coach was stupid.
That's true.
That was dumb. And the second thing was not replacing Drew Holiday, because you got Damian Lillard, which is like. Okay, I'm not gonna slander Damian Lillard right now. I did that yesterday, joking around, but like I'm not going like Damian Lillard's not nice. But weirdly enough, that team revolves around Damian Lillard. it's not Giannis. Like Giannis, first of all, said that weird, oh, it's Damian Lillard's team. And I know the jig he's going to do because if they lose, they're going to blame Dame. I mark my words. I said it on April 9th. They're going to blame Dame Lillard for this. But that's how that team plays. If Damian Lillard doesn't score more than 20 and has a good shooting night, they're terrible. Because then you make Damian Lillard play defense. I'm sorry, Pat Beverly don't scare nobody anymore. That was 5 years ago. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not scared of a guy who threw his shirt off after playing when it has to trash talk and flop to get fouls and actually get good defense. Like, and does podcasts.
That's what Russell Westbrook told y'all a long time ago.
Russell Westbrook was right. So Pat Bev, no. Malik Beasley, unless he's hitting 3-pointers, he's not doing shit. Literally, like he's like a little child. Like you got to give him candy for 3-pointers. And who else is going to defend aside from like Brooke Lopez is old. Run past him. And then really it's like Giannis and Portis. Like if any of those guys start hitting threes, it's scary. But if you take the three away from them and you make Dame Lillard work for his baskets, you could beat them because they have no perimeter defense. That's why they won the championship because you had Jrue Holiday. Pat Beverly is not a solid replacement for Jrue Holiday. I'm sorry to break that down to you. And then with Boston is their own worst enemy. And we've seen that years in and year out. Jason Tatum thinks he's Kobe. Jaylen Brown cannot dribble with his left hand still, despite getting an extra $300 million.
Well, I mean, Jason Tatum does play like Kobe in Game 7.
If he wears a single Kobe shirt during the playoffs this year, I'm going to be pissed.
He's going to do it. He's going to shoot.
Be livid.
Jason Tatum will shoot you out of a game.
He's going to wear the same warm-up shirt that you saw Kobe wear.
Oh my bro, that killed me, bro. I was like,
I saw somebody said we about 2 years from him breaking his left arm just so you can shoot free throws and take a picture like Kobe in pajamas.
Like Jason Tatum, as good as he is, can also shoot you out of a game doing hero ball stuff
and turn you over out of a game.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was Kobe's Achilles heel, no pun intended.
A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying that with the Celtics. They're best 3-point shooting team in the league this season, but they can shoot themselves out of the series too because they rely on that 3-ball heavy.
And that's literally that's the blueprint for any 3-point shooting team.
Mm-hmm. I think Porzingis and Brown is good enough to keep you in a series if Jason falls off.
They are handling Porzingis with duct tape and rope so that he does not get hurt. Because they have been sitting him out a lot of games. So if Porzingis stays healthy, cool. And as much as like, you know, I've seen Porzingis play, like he was a Knick. I saw him in Dallas. Like if he's not healthy, I'm sorry. Like Derek White, okay, cool. Celtics media was nasty trying to make him an all-star.
That was nasty. That was nasty.
That was nasty as hell. That was nasty. Listen, man, they already robbed Emmanuel quickly of a 6-man last year.
They did.
Saying Malcolm Brogdon had better plus minus, and this year said some other guy had a good plus minus. He shouldn't win, but that Celtics media, they do nasty things like that. But anyways, and in their bench, like I'm sorry, the minutes with Payne Pritchard and Sam Hauser and Al Horford is in. The teams have not taken advantage of it, but I think now in the playoffs, like I think teams are going to they're going to hunt those guys. So, I mean, the Knicks didn't play well against them earlier this year. That was really because I think the first 2 games they had like a really big run. One game we were all just banged up and we was like whatever, and then the last game we played, they shot 70% through 3 quarters. And I mean, if a team shoots 70% through 3 quarters, you're likely not going to win. So, it's really just having them shoot themselves out the game and just sticking tight to it. I think those are really the 2 teams everybody should be worried about. Aside from that, like 3 to 7, 3 to 8 is a bloodbath. Like anybody can win.
True.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Well, playoffs start in a couple weeks. Well, actually next week. Play
3 games left.
16th through 19th. Yeah, 16th through 19th. So play-ins next week.
For sure.
Before we get out of here, let's talk about this NCAA tourney real quick. And yeah, I mean,
go Magic.
Go Knicks. The West is a little bit more interesting though. That play is gonna be interesting to watch.
Very.
Because if Kevin Durant is eliminated, boy,
Boy.
That's
Hey.
the thing.
It's gonna be more than enough for KD if he can
Nar
make it
gonna
out the
throw a
play.
parade if Kevin Durant get eliminated. I'm saying that.
Who hit Pippen wife though?
Y'all see what happens.
Oh, you're talking about Malik Beasley?
Marcel, you got to be more specific, bro. There's a lot of
Yeah,
people.
there's about like 7, 8 of them.
You know what's crazy?
Right,
You know what's
right,
crazy,
Zach?
bro?
There's like 7, 8 of them.
You know what's wild? You can make
There's a
that
whole team.
statement. You can make that statement, and Pippen will come up like 4th or 5th in that conversation. But that's another conversation for another day.
That's crazy. Not the Larsa Pippen first and second team.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's all entertainment.
Oh,
if you add who's been inside Larsa Pippen, you can't do that team because their son will come off the bench.
That's the G League Ignite. Might as well be.
I mean,
I almost made a joke, but it's a sports podcast. Anywho,
Nah, D League is crazy. Go ahead.
All right. But yeah, the NCAA tournament, Dell, give us a breakdown of it.
Okay. The number one and most important thing of the NCAA tournament is that Zendel Meeks on his bracket picked the right winner, and that's all that matters, right? Because picking the winner is what counts. No, but I knew UConn was gonna win it. They had the best point differential ever in tournament history. It was 140 points. That's the best. They beat their opponents collectively in all 6 games by 140 points. It's the best points differential ever. Like they were a dominant team. I didn't think Purdue was going to be able to do what they did, but they did. Zach Edey showed up and showed out. He had an excellent tournament. Had they been able to win, they probably would have been. He probably would have been most outstanding player for the tournament. I think he was 3rd all time in points for a tournament. So that shows you how impressive his run was. But it just UConn was just too much on the men's side. They were better than everybody. They for the championship game, instead of trying to double Edey and try to stem him down, Danny Hurley kind of pulled an old Belichick move. I'm gonna let your number one guy cook, but I'm gonna make sure everybody else I stop them. So if your best guy can beat us, okay.
Hey,
but if not,
Dell and everybody else here may see this the same way. You may not. Most of you probably won't. But lo and behold, outside of those old ass UCLA championships, UConn might be the best men's basketball program of all time. From a winning standpoint, they have more national championships than Duke, the same amount as Carolina. The only team that has more than them is UCLA. But the thing about it is, all of their natties have come after 99.
True. Or 99 and after.
Well, 99 and after. I mean, North Carolina's holding on to a 57.
Yeah.
How many of you live? UCLA's were what, the 70s?
I think UCLA might have had one in the 80s, but I could be wrong.
Let's see.
Is their last one 74?
Yes, they do. They have a 95, not the 80s. Excuse me, they have a 95.
Oh yeah, because they won with Ed O'Bannon. Yeah.
So before they were 1964. Not every single year, but most years they won between 64 and 75. And that's how at that point in time, the tournament was really
they were just in the Final Four too, because they lost to Gonzaga when Gonzaga went to the finals. So that would be their last Final Four. I think that was 22, was it?
There was only 25 teams in the tournament then.
Yeah.
It's way different.
Yeah, so
my opinion, obviously they're a blue blood. Obviously, now there's nothing you can say that can take them away from being a blue blood.
And they're 6-0 in the finals too. They never lost.
Never lost a championship.
Whenever they get to the championship game, they win.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
Yeah, nah,
that champion.
Yeah, dog. We ain't seen a back-to-back
With
since
girl quiet as shit.
since
You
what?
know, Carolina.
Since Billy Donovan.
I mean, it's the
Florida
truth,
will
bro.
say.
They're 6-0. They're 6-0 since '99. What do I say?
They had a squad, man.
Duke's not winning. If Duke doesn't win it next year with Cooper Flag, bro, I don't hear any more Duke shit ever. It's not.
That don't necessarily mean that to me.
I mean,
Because, bro,
obviously,
not
bro,
teams that win the
I'm just saying, with that class that they had, arguably the greatest recruiting class of all time, headed by that kid. If you don't win that, then because with basketball, it's not like football. Basketball has a lot less. Your body is much more basketball ready at a pro level much earlier than it would be for football. So the fact that they may be playing majority freshman, a lot of that shit doesn't matter. If they're better than you at basketball, they're gonna beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, while experience does matter, in college, most of the great guys are gone after their first year anyway. So they're not really the guys that you're playing against in their second year were either guys who didn't feel like they were good enough to go to the NBA after year one, or guys who didn't feel like they were good enough to go to the NBA after year one. So it's like, if you feel like you're that guy, I feel like it's a lot. It doesn't matter as much. You know what I'm saying? The youth of these teams. That's why if Duke doesn't get it done next year, I'm not trying to hear shit.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
You know,
because they have a really
do y'all think the men's game?
class, especially with
I was muted, my fault.
and stuff. Go ahead.
No, what do y'all think about the men's game? Because I think it needs a makeover. It's terrible.
The thing is,
it's just like
everybody keeps harping on the women, this woman, that. Yeah, I don't think you can go to the WNBA till after you've been out of the high school 4 years.
Yeah.
So
you can't.
If you can't go to the league till after you've been out of high school for 4 years, basically you graduated, of course you're going to eventually, as the game continues to transition to, like I said, it's getting away from what it was. It was more about how athleticism combined with skill to the game being more about pure skill now. It's a bunch of fucking Tim Duncans, and they're playing all types of positions. There's still highly athletic guys out there. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying that when you see that in the game transition to a lot of shooting, a lot of finesse, that is going to cater towards the women game. So when you have women that start to get really good at that stuff, and they're in the league and they're in their league longer, they're able to build that brand. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, like, could you imagine how many guys that are in the NBA? Anthony Edwards would probably still be at Georgia right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine if he stayed till his senior year of college. Like, imagine all these guys.
It'd be his first year, I think, in the league.
Either his first or second year. Either his first or second year.
But just hypothetically, imagine all these guys who came out after their first year in college would have had to stay till their senior year. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. College basketball would have been. Could you imagine Zion 4 years in at Duke? Could you imagine the teams that would have been together? You know it would have been astronomical, the type of shit that we could have seen if that was the rule. So that's why I don't really feed into that too much, because while it is true that they do have more stars in college basketball, it's literally because they have to stay there. They have no other option but to build themselves there. And if the men were the same way, we would have seen some of the greatest some of the greatest basketball of all time if kids were forced to stay in college. I couldn't even imagine certain teams, certain players that would have played together.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I get what you're saying, and I agree, like what the hypothetical will be, but I honestly just think it's a lot of people get off the hype like they could do a one and done, and they're not the players who could do one and done and be good. Because you be seeing a lot of these dudes who are one and done go to coaches, and then they get tossed around by 3 teams in their first 5 or 6 years in the league, in those expectations. Like, and I think that's the thing too. Like, Ant-Man is there's people that you see like Ant-Man, and like obviously Winston's bringing up Melo and so on and so forth, but those people are outliers. And the issue is, like, when you see people who are outliers, everybody thinks they can do it and they can't.
But what was the last star? Who's the last star in the league who stayed in college more than 1 year?
I'll have to think. I mean,
that's my point. So even though there's a lot of
Brunson is one, but that's really it.
Okay, I'll give you him. I'll give you Jalen Brunson.
But Jalen Brunson, that's really it.
But we didn't even see anything we didn't see this coming out of James.
Well, you didn't see
Right,
this
that's my point.
because he was a second round
Even though
pick.
there's a lot of them that do fuck up, all of the stars came from 1 year in college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a double-edged sword. If you're not that guy, you're not that guy. But trust me, there's a lot of those guys out there. You know what I'm saying? That's how everyone was.
I think aesthetically they gotta switch things up though. Like the 20-minute halves, I can't watch anymore. I don't like watching it. I don't understand why.
10 up?
Yeah, because
we need 10-4.
Because that's the first number one. That's the FIBA game, and that's pretty much the game internationally. The NBA is the only one that does 12-minute. I think the NBA is the only pro league that does 12-minute quarters. I could be wrong about that, but like FIBA is 10 minutes. So like,
now let me ask y'all this from that perspective.
So
even if they did do 10-4s, what's the difference? It's still 40 minutes.
There's more. There's
clock
more
management.
Clock management.
Sorry, go
no, go ahead. Go ahead. My fault.
No, you're good. Seriously, go ahead.
Well, Earl said clock management, urgency to fucking do plays. There's learning how to when to make plays, being more mindful of the shot clock. Like there's too much just like walking around, and then it's like you take 20 seconds to call the play, then you're just swinging the ball. It looked like the James Naismith highlights when they first invented basketball, where like dudes who are athletically superior. And it's like if you do 4 10-minute quarters, like I feel like that would mentally like change their mind into like understanding how to is clock management. Because even if you don't play in the NBA, you go play in Europe, they're playing 4 10-minute quarters, so you're already accustomed to that. If you're playing a high stakes basketball game at 10-minute quarters, and isn't high school a similar thing though? Isn't high school 10-minute quarters? So why would you like? I feel like it could be 8, but still the 4 quarters. I feel like it's more of a.
I don't know why they did that in college.
It's better coaching. It's better all of that. I don't know. I just know it's been 20-minute halves in the men's game, and I just think it's a more better game to watch at 4 10-minute quarters. There's an urgency because it's 40 minutes is 40 minutes, but you only have 10 minutes, 4 times to get your right.
Sport period that plays in halves besides soccer.
And that's a running clock. So
can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you.
And there's one more thing too. I mean, if you want the proof in the pudding, look at how culturally and how much the women's game has evolved since they made the switch. I mean, when you think about it for real, the excitement of the women's game has changed, and a lot of that is due in part to the fact of how much more intense the game is through this quarterly play.
But now, let's not do this though. We have to be realists.
Okay.
Nobody was watching women's basketball before Caitlin Clark here. I'm sorry. No, we weren't. Nobody.
No, let's be careful on nobody.
But nobody, bro.
Let's be careful.
Right, so let's go look at the national championship numbers in 2021 versus 2022.
No, I get that. I get what you're saying. It is the star power clearly has helped there. I'm never going to take that away. But what I am saying is think of how exciting that star power is because of the stakes that they play. Can you imagine a women's game, which there was in halves before, dragging out on top of the lack of athleticism that a lot of people complain about? I personally like the skills.
I think they should lower the range to 8.5.
That's insulting, but I hear you. I even with that, I just look at the intensity that's played because of the quarters that they play versus the halves. There's not really much time to take your foot off the pedal. And the only team in the country that seems to understand that in the men's game is the fucking UConn Huskies. But that's because Dan Hurley, is that type of coach, and he comes from that type of basketball.
The quarters because they don't.
Yeah, exactly. It's in his family.
Because the half doesn't end, I do feel like mentally for players, it can just be dragging.
That's a long time for anybody to do anything.
Right.
20-minute half, that's a long time.
It's like it doesn't end. There's no, But even when quarters end, it's just a timeout.
It's a timeout, but it is a time to readjust.
Anybody who's been to a game, any game in any sport knows it's just a TV timeout.
But it's a time to readjust though. So it gives you that extended time to because I think a quarter is.
Let me ask this hypothetically. In college, if they have more timeouts than they do in the NBA, what's really the difference?
There's a
I'm just
huge
playing
difference
devil's advocate because I like it before
time. You're talking about time.
There has to be a
Timeouts
reason they've kept it this way for so long.
because timeouts are a minute 30 seconds at most versus 5 to 7 minutes in between a quarter.
They're a minute 30 seconds.
That's right.
Yeah, at most they're 90 seconds.
I thought a full was a minute.
No.
Again, this college.
The NBA game. Yeah, you're right.
Because
the NBA TV timeout.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. TV is like a minute 30. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
No, you're right. No,
but it's a difference in that.
I don't know. I just think 10 minutes. If I'm comparing, because I know I don't want to do the women's thing with like who watched this before and after, but I'm just saying, compared to when I watched those games and it was 20-minute halves compared to 4 10-minute quarters, I enjoy the 4 10-minute quarters better. I just feel like there's a sense of like urgency.
When you hear it's the fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and there's even in the first quarter, second or third, like there's still like there's a flow to it, but it just seems more of like it's more of an instinctive. There's pressure to it.
Yeah,
the 2 minutes 20, bro. It just motherfuckers be like.
And can I ask a question? Did anybody notice that the game wasn't on CBS for the first time ever?
Yeah, it was on TNT.
It was on TNT.
No, TBS.
TBS and like True TV.
What the fuck? The men's national championship was not on not cable with domestic television?
On the same
I think now it should be that way now, bro, with these streaming services and all that.
No, but the championship, think about it. But think about it. The women's championship was on ABC. It was on ABC.
It was on ABC and ESPN.
Right. Versus the men's not being on CBS. That's just that is unheard of.
Like it wasn't on CBS at all. It was just straight TBS.
Yeah.
If it's TBS, I can understand that. But just TBS, I was like,
well, that's unheard of.
Because I realized that the other day when I saw it, I was like, what? Like TBS.
Yep. Because it took me forever to find the game. I had to search for it.
I believe it.
So now, do you guys consider Dan Hurley is among the greats?
He has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, he has two.
Yeah.
Back-to-back natties.
He's got two in a row. Ain't been done since Billy Donovan.
Yeah. I mean, they've built a respectable program and it's been consistent. And now they've been at the top 2 years in a row. It's kind of similar to how Florida.
And he has the greatest quote of all time,
which is,
"You didn't after that L they took in 2020 to Villanova." He was like, "We're building our program, so y'all better get us now."
Oh, you better get us now, yeah.
I'm like, damn, that's tough. And he went back to back. He's like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to tell me some shit like that.
Yeah, he's one of the greats.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that was, you know what I'm saying? The tournament wasn't as star, even the whole season. It wasn't as star-filled as we've seen. I think that is going to take a little bit because it wasn't a major. To me, there wasn't a Cooper Flag type of kid that we were looking to see something that was going to immediately train. Because you got to remember when the last time the tournaments were really great, even when it may not have been like, a super exciting, deep, full of, superstars. You still want to see at least one guy.
You know why that is?
You want to see Zion playing in the tournament. And it happens to always be a Duke guy for some reason, but now it's this Cooper Flag shit. Like, we want to see Cooper Flag play every single motherfucking game. I want to see how
why that is
truly this phenom. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's going to carry a big weight going into next season.
I'm going to tell you why that is, Nard.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that is, all of our white listeners, I need y'all to get your sons in basketball. Okay? Every time that the NCAA has been on top, there has been a white that has been great that you hate. Get your sons in basketball.
Like Barron Trump right now should be signing up with Cooper Flag.
He should be playing basketball. You need a white that you can hate. And that don't mean this is strictly off of basketball, y'all. Please don't take this no political shit. But it's a fact. It is a fact. Tyler Hansborough, Christian Leitner. I think the only great white that I can think in my
JJ Redick.
JJ Redick. The only great white that I can think that nobody was like, he cool, was Gordon Hayward. Outside of that,
that's true.
But that's the with fucking Gonzaga.
Jimmer Fredette.
He went to
he went to Butler.
Jimmer
Fredette. Who else? I can just think of a slew. Gordon, what's Grayson Allen? I can think of a slew of whites.
Ted
My
Cruz
white
face.
listeners,
Fuck
put
Grayson Allen.
your children in basketball.
Oh, who was the other who used to play for Luke Herringody for Notre
Luke
Dame?
Herringody.
Luke Herringody.
He used to get a bloody nose every time they get a timeout.
What about Luke Rittenhouse?
Luke Rittenhouse was cool. He was cool.
Luke Kennard.
I don't think he was a villain.
Oh, Luke Kennard at Duke, hell yeah.
Luke Kennard,
Greg Paulus at Duke used to piss me off at point guard.
Listen, but
any white guy
hell, let's go to recent. Not Chet Holmgren, but what was dude last year?
Yeah, Chet Holmgren used to piss me off. Drew Timme used to piss me off.
Drew Timme.
Oh my God,
Kispert,
bro, the great white hope.
That's what I'm saying. We need it. We need
Why
it.
Drew Timme ain't in the league?
Have you ever seen him play basketball? He wasn't
just
good.
like he's not going to be good in the NBA.
Bro, he ain't going to fit in there.
He only do things besides be 7 foot tall.
Nah, Zach Edey's going to the league.
No, Zach Edey's going to the league, and he's going to
go. He's not going to be good.
Zach Edey might be all right.
Bro, Dwight Howard's playing in China. You think Zach Edey's going to be good?
You know why? Because Drew Timme don't got no swag, bro. And he not athletic.
Exactly. Same thing for Zach Edey.
Yeah, but Drew Timme is also 6'9", not 7'4".
Like,
huge difference.
That is true. There's a reason why Dante DiVincenzo is still in the league and not Drew Timme, but that's another discussion for another day.
Hey, Dante DiVincenzo, he just like that on the loader.
It's my boy. Hey, my favorite shit is the other night. He told a fan, he was like, "Tuck your shirt in." He told a fan, "Hey, shut the fuck up."
Yeah, he did tell a fan that. It was like,
Drew Timme, you got Alex Caruso.
Like Philly?
He played for Milwaukee. No, he's from Delaware, but he played for Villanova. He played for Milwaukee.
I know he played for
the Warriors,
Nova,
the Kings. Yeah, Milwaukee, Golden State, and the Kings.
Yeah,
he won a ring. He got hurt that year.
Milwaukee.
He got hurt, but no, he didn't. He played the first round.
In college basketball.
But
anyway, you're right. Cooper Flag, we needed Cooper Flag.
Come on, man. Austin Reeves is white.
Like, Cooper Flag is good for college basketball.
He is.
He is. Especially if he's dominant.
Man, Kim Mulkey can be the only white person everybody hates, man. We gotta shift that hate to other. We gotta shift that hate to other white people, man.
I like Kim Mulkey too.
I can't stand Kim Mulkey, bro. How you homophobic but dressed like Elton John? Like, make it make sense.
That was so unnecessary.
Nah, it's true.
But in fairness to Kim Mulkey, she's saying she's supposed to like dick.
She pulling on the Miss Doubtfire fits, and I don't want my players to come out. Come on, like you gotta be one. You either gotta be racist. You can't be both.
All right.
Why not?
Because it's like the white thing to do.
He's a two-way player.
He's just the white thing to do. And while we talk about women's basketball, bro, the women's national championship also happened.
Great game.
Which was, I ain't gonna lie, it was the very first women's basketball game I've watched from tip-off to the end of the game.
So what, the Iowa, South Carolina?
Yes. It was a great game.
I thought you were talking about Iowa and UConn. That was a good game, too.
That was a good game.
That was the semifinal, right? No,
Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Iowa UConn was good, man. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see how that team is without Caitlin Clark, because they got decent players. Like, it's not people trying to act like, bro. People trying to act like it was
Cavs in 2010.
Yeah, and I'm like, but they got good. Like, they got guys who could. They got women who could hoop. Like,
the issue is, Nelson, they're good players, but they're not in the tournament without Caitlin Clark.
I mean, I guess you could say that.
The center they had, she was nice. The center they had was nice. Number 24, she had a little stroke to her. And the white girl, she could shoot too. But
Gabby
Marshall. I like the girl with the nice eyes, Gabby Marshall.
Yeah, she had a nice little shot.
And she had a nice little.
What's her name? What's the girl's name? Stokey too. They're big.
Yeah, Stokey. That was the center, right?
Yeah, but she I was reading up on her. Like, this is her first year playing. This is like her first year actually playing center. That she's usually a 4. So like she was adjusting. She was adjusting to playing as a 5.
The white girl was last year was the center.
I forgot her name. Zanino was her name. Zunino.
Yeah, something like that. It was something weird. Something like North.
Zanino or Zunino. Yeah, she had a name. Yeah, she had. She had a what we say? Yeah, name on her, boy. Yeah, she had a
Cesarnio or
name on.
something like that.
Yeah, listen, that's a great question, bro. And here's the thing, right? I don't even watch a lot of women's basketball, so I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert. But I know basketball, period. And Don Stanley just went 38-0 without a single starter from the year before with a national championship team. I mean,
And freshman.
Well, a Final 14, excuse me, not a national championship team, a Final 14. Not a single starter returned, and you go undefeated and win a national championship. I don't know, because it seems like it doesn't matter who she has, they're gonna win. So, at what point when does Juju get that done? Obviously, not going 38 every year, but goddamn.
I mean, Juju. She went to a team that was only won like 12 games last year before Juju came in. So this might be they might not win anything, but this may be a culture change for USC where they start getting people consistently. Because they were shocked when they were like, "Oh shit, I bet," and then they did what they did this year. So that may help them get more players in the future. But it's gonna be interesting. South Carolina on top, but you got USC. You got. I mean, I'm gonna pay attention to Iowa still. You know, because like I said, people act like Caitlin Clark was playing with plumbers, but she had a good team with her. A lot of complimentary people.
What happens to LSU next year with Van Lit transferring? Then you got Angel Reese's out of there. I don't know who that really means.
I think they'll be fine. I don't know if they're going to get as far, but we'll see.
All right.
They'll have enough to make a significant, because Flagene will be in her third year, and I don't know why Flage will be in her third year.
You still got people there.
Yeah, you have some talent there. You still have some talent there.
They'll be straight.
Oh, hey, real quick, last thing before we get out of here.
Do one thing.
Major motherfucking news.
Yes, sir. You want to make the announcement? Go right ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Calipari is no longer the head coach of Kentucky. He will now be the head coach
Arkansas.
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else. We were talking about women's basketball.
Oh shit, no, I don't even know what she was saying.
Stanford coach Tara Vandersloot will.
Vanderveer.
38 years. Vanderveer.
Yeah, Vanderveer is retiring.
Yeah, not Vandersloot.
Yep. Vanderveer, sorry. Retiring after 38
Courtney
years.
is still playing basketball.
Yep. But
after 38
go
years,
ahead,
she ain't at 40 years yet?
No.
Yep, no. But go ahead, Nark.
He's not retiring, but he feels like Kentucky needs a new voice, as he said. Head man out there in Lexington. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think he's going to be successful at Arkansas? What's the overall feeling of the run he had in Kentucky? I think 15 years, one national championship. The last 5 years,
disappointing.
Dismal in the tournament, though.
Okay. Disappointing.
In some ways, it's disappointing.
Wow. Disappointing.
But in other ways, it's not disappointing to me, because college basketball sports in general have never been about a team that comes together for 9 months and wins a championship. That ain't how you win championships.
Yeah.
It's never been how you win championships.
He pulled it off one time.
I think exactly. You could say it's disappointing because of the pool of talent that went through Kentucky,
right.
And the amount of teams that were like, oh, they should win it, and then they didn't. Like they had the one team who won damn near undefeated and then lost, or weird upsets here and there. So I think it's more of like it's disappointing in the sense of who went through that program, and there's only one championship that came up out of it. But if you think about like where Kentucky kind of was until he stepped in, like you could kind of say, okay, he brought them back to some type of consistent relevancy, because they were ass for a couple of years. Like what was they called before? It was Tubby Smith.
Tubby Smith was there.
Who's the other dude? I almost called him
Billy Gillespie.
I almost called him Dizzy Gillespie. That's crazy. Billy Gillespie.
They done had some names in that motherfucker, but and I mean, look, Kentucky's a legendary program. They're blue blood.
Winston, no.
But is it disappointing because his model was get the best guys in here that are going to the NBA next year, try to do what we can this year, and do it like he never strayed away from the fact that is what he did. I don't know that it's disappointing. I mean, when every year your best player is constant. I think what we were talking about as far as the landscape of what Winston alluded to, or not Winston, excuse me, Nelson alluded to, that the landscape of men's college basketball needs to change because we don't have that star power. He was a victim of that himself on purpose. So for me, because he chose to do it like that, I don't think it was disappointing. You know what I'm saying? I think that when that's your model and it doesn't work consistently to the tune of the program that you're at, let's say you're at a Miami or a Texas or even a Alabama up until this point where football or another sport is king and basketball is secondary. I think winning a national championship, consistently being in the tournament, even though it may be disappointing here and there, like I think you get to stick around. You know what I'm saying? Look how long what was his name? He was in West Virginia for forever. Bob Huggins. Look how long Bob Huggins was at West Virginia. What the fuck did they ever win? Doesn't matter.
Nothing.
Why? Because they're not a true basketball fucking school. So when you're at a school like Kentucky,
there's only upside if he does well.
Exactly. So if you're at a Kentucky that bleeds orange fucking basketballs, they don't even bleed blue. These niggas bleed orange. They're a basketball school. And more than any other school in the country, they're a true basketball school. Not saying other schools aren't, but Kentucky, that whole area, all they give a fuck about is basketball. You know what I'm saying? And they're in a football area. So that it's like if you're not winning there, they don't give a fuck about the NBA. They care about Kentucky basketball winning, bro. That's it. They don't care about being good. They don't care about, you know what I'm saying? So the potential that he had to always have him that quest by bringing in those guys is what kept him there so long. But I think the pressure of not winning got to him before he could get fired. Like I think he got tired of losing in that area before they were. I mean, obviously they were tired of him, but they were going to fire him, and he felt that shit. Like he was just like, you know what I'm saying? This is not like I can't lose here. You know what I'm saying? I got to go somewhere where you go to Arkansas. Arkansas is not a basketball school; they're a football school. So if he does the same things that he did at Kentucky and Arkansas, they'd be happy with one national champ. They won that one national championship with the guy with the black head coach. I forget what his name is, but they won that one natty, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if he was able to start getting, you know what I'm saying, those 5-star recruits to come there and just turn up the basketball program, he's gonna be good for the rest of his fucking career. You know what I'm saying? But Kentucky, it's just after a while, bro, they're not gonna have that shit. I mean, he had won early on and had a very good tenure early on, and it wasn't long until this big ass skid 4 or 5 years. You got to give a national championship coach. You know what I'm saying? You got to give him years of grace, not just even though you're a bachelor, you can't just fire that nigga. So, nah, man, tough out. But who do y'all think? Do y'all think they make a splash hire? Or they hire somebody that we haven't heard of?
I'm fully expecting Billy Donovan to be the next head coach there.
Really?
Yeah.
Billy coached in Chicago, right?
Yeah, he's the head coach of Chicago. I'm fully expecting Billy Donovan to be the head coach.
I wouldn't be mad at it. Because, I mean, he really hasn't had any success in the NBA. He did all right, but it's not like he didn't go and make a finals run. He didn't make a, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think he did enough to the NBA to warrant him going to fucking Kentucky and being okay with that.
Now, it's going to be nasty because you are a Florida guy. So, you know.
Not a
Florida guy. I mean, come on. We've seen it before.
Yeah.
No, we've definitely seen it before. He was
at Florida for what, 16 years?
I mean, Kirby Smart went to fucking Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Won endless natties in Bama.
Yeah, but he won two national championships as the head coach of Florida. That's a little different.
And went to
but we've seen Nick Saban win a natty at LSU when they go to Bama
4 times.
After going to the pros. So he made that stop in the pros. And I think that's how it is. It's a little different. He's a coach, you know what I'm saying? That Florida is not, you know, in a position that Kentucky's in to offer him what they can offer him and him coming from the NBA. I think it's only but so many jobs you take, and Kentucky's definitely one of them.
That's true. Well, I think we done wrapped up the Rolodex, fellas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was another great episode, man. Always love being on with y'all boys, man. Appreciate you, Nelson, for coming through. All the comments as usual, man. We appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. If you did not catch us live, make sure you catch that replay. Share it on your social medias. Get with us on our social medias. And as always, man.
Listen on any platform.
Any platform.
The podcast on any platform.
You can hear us, listen to us, watch us. Mainly get on YouTube, share that YouTube video, like that YouTube video, subscribe to our YouTube channel because that's the only way that other people will see it, man. So you want everybody to see what you see, and it'll be a family, man. So once again, we appreciate y'all, and until next week,
we out. Peace.
Peace.